Hey everybody, it's Cameron of Speedtech Performance, and today I'm bringing you episode 2 of our A-body build. Now, if you have not seen episode 1, you definitely want to go back and watch that, where we disassemble this Chevelle chassis, take out the stock engine, transmission, suspension, rear end, and all of that. We've sent it off to sandblast, brought it back. We've cleaned out all the sand out of all the cracks and crevices, which is an important step to do when you've got a bare metal chassis. That way you're starting with a nice fresh slate. From here, we're actually going to take and put in our frame brace kit. Now this brace and box kit is something that helps eliminate the twist that's so notorious in these A-body chassis. All right, now first thing on this project, when you receive your frame brace kit, this is the box it comes in. What I'm going to do is go ahead and unbox it live here so you can see what all comes in the kit. We're going to do a quick inventory before we get this project started. So let's go ahead and get this box open. All right, so it looks like I'm going to need a knife. All right, so I am going to need a knife. So before I get this, I'll go ahead and pull this out here. No, I'm not. All right, so it's very important, like I said, to go through this and ensure that all the parts and pieces and everything's there. So that's what I've done. Whether you're in your garage, on your shop table, whatever it is, you definitely want to lay everything out. Like I said, in the instructions, we do have some pretty decent pictures that show this. So whether you're in your build shop or just in your garage at home, you definitely want to lay it out, make sure that everything's there. So now that everything's here, we're going to go ahead and get to work. Now that we have everything checked in, the first piece we're going to add is this side frame brace. And before we're going to do that, you're definitely going to want to start with a smoother surface for the bottom. Now, as you can see on this chassis in particular, the front end doesn't look too bad, but here in the back there are some deviations that need to be smoothed out. And after we have that all smoothed out, we're going to go ahead and remove this body mount support brace. We have the brace plate in, just sitting here. So what we've done is we've trimmed the front, the back, and some on the top, and you're definitely going to want to make sure that this fits proper on the top because the floor fits pretty tight to this angle right here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is go ahead and get this tacked in, and then I'm going to start on the other side. As you can tell, we're set up a little bit different than we have been. Now, we've said that you can do this project in your garage, and you easily can. We have it up here on the lift, and we have the chassis on the cart, honestly for demonstration purposes, so that we can show and demonstrate to you exactly what you need to do to make sure that you're going to have a proper fitment for your car. In the rear, we do have that hooped cross member, and it's very important that that fits properly to the underside of your car. The next step we're going to take is we're going to take the body mount kit, lower the body down, and prepare it for fitment of all the rest of the parts. Need another extension cord. Now, as we're getting the body mounts set out, one thing we noticed on one of my tack welds that we put in on the side plate, it was sitting a little bit high, making the body mount not sit flush, and that is very important. So we've got the little handy dandy grinder out here, and I'm going to go ahead and smooth that weld out so that this fits proper. One pro tip that I want to give you, if you're happy that the way that the wheel's sitting within the wheel well, before you remove the body and the chassis to begin a project like this, actually take some measurements and marks so that when the project's all said and done and you marry the two back together, your wheel fitment is where you wanted it to begin with. And the reason that you want to do this is the body mounts actually allow for some movement and adjustment, anywhere from like 3/8 to a 1/2 inch of play. And that can be a big deal when it comes to your wheel placement. And so, like I said, if you like where it was set up, you definitely want to make sure to record that somehow. Now what? Lower it down? you have everything nice and snug with the body mounts, you're going to take the Crossmember and do a nice dry fitment up in here. The way that we've designed the Crossmember, it actually has a hoop that comes up into the tunnel and everything, so proper fitment is important. So with this Crossmember, what we've done is we've done a few trial fitments. We've had to go trim the edges, which obviously we knew we were going to have to do. And when you trim it, you definitely want to make sure to keep room for that plate that you add to the side. So it's going to be about a 3/8 plate that you want to make sure that you have space for. So as you can see, we've got the passenger side of the frame brace kit all set up. It's being held up by this stand here. Nothing's been welded or anything at this point. I want to be sure that you guys know this is not a cookie cutter kit. It's something that's going to have to be trimmed and fit and a lot of testing done, but it's something that can easily be done there in your garage. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the driver's side, and then we'll do the final weldment from there. Now we have everything with our final tacks put together, so it's going to be nice and strong when we remove the body. You're going to want the body removed when you do the final welding. That way you can make sure to hit the top of the rails, around all the tubes and everywhere. And then also when we're done with that, obviously we're going to be painting or powder coating the chassis, which you can't do with the body on. And from there, once you get back from powder coating, we're going to get started on the rear suspension. So we have everything with the final welding done. We were able to take it off the lift where we were doing the mock-up and put it onto a weld table and do the weld out there. But again, this is something that you and your buddy can do on your garage floor without any problems. We just did it there because, well, we had it available to us. And so from there, we went and sent it to powder coat. It just came back in this great satin black. All of our control arms our Articulinks in the rear. It's the same finish, so it's going to be one great matching piece. And then in the next couple episodes, we're actually going to take those control arms and the Articulinks, and we're going to assemble the front and rear suspension. So you're definitely going to want to, again, subscribe to our channel so that you get notified when our new episodes come out, so that you can keep tabs on the progress of this project. As we're working through this project, we actually want to be able to see what you're working on. We know that the 68 to 72 A-body platform is a super popular platform, and we have a great outlet or source for you on Facebook. It's called Team Speedtech. You're going to want to be able to join there as well. You're going to be able to ask questions to all of us here on staff, all of our pro drivers, and everybody there. It's a great community and a great resource for you during your project.